Hey everybody, how's it going? Welcome to episode number 311 of NoDQ&A video, right here on NoDQ.com and the YouTube channel, youtube.com/NoDQCW. We are coming off Monday Night Raw, just under 2 weeks now until WWE Payback. Make sure you stay tuned to NoDQ.com for all the latest regarding Payback. With that being said, let's get right down to your questions. First one today comes from Dead Man Kane. Hey Aaron, what did you think about the overall show on Raw? In my opinion, it was a great show. Even the crowd was very active, minus the Diva match. Overall, I thought Raw was a very entertaining show. I thought that the Shield versus Team Hell No and Randy Orton's six-man was tremendous. Those guys have been having a series of excellent matches in recent weeks, and Daniel Bryan has really looked impressive, and I'll get more to that in a minute. You had Vince McMahon and Stephanie open the show, and that was a bit interesting. You had Vince McMahon basically saying that WWE was family entertainment and not a blood sport. I thought that line was funny, and the crowd, of course, booed him. And you continued to see the evolution of the Triple H storyline, and we'll see what happens next week with him and Curtis Angle or Curtis Axel, whatever he's being called by Michael Cole. And the rest of the show was pretty good. I liked what they did with Ryback, although not really sure what the deal was with that whole no disqualification match ending in a countout. Technically, a no DQ match does not mean no countout, but going in, like, why even make a no DQ match? Why not just make a no countout match? I mean, that was the one big logic flaw in my opinion. Vince McMahon was making the no DQ match as a result of what happened the previous week with the countout, so he should have just made a no countout match. I don't understand that, other than the fact that it's like a ploy to get people to tune in thinking that they're going to see a decisive winner, like a pinfall or submission, and then you just do another countout. So yeah, I wasn't sure what the deal was there. And the rest of the show, Divas match was nothing, but when you have 3 hours, you're going to have some filler. But yeah, overall, thumbs up Raw. Alright, this one comes from Hawaii Dens. Hey Aaron, Daniel Bryan is winning me over, but feel like he's being held back. WWE needs to listen to fans and give him the push that he rightfully deserves. Your thoughts? Absolutely. I talked about this on my Facebook page last night, which, by the way, you can add me, facebook.com/AaronRift. I think that now is the time to pull the trigger on Daniel Bryan. He has been on fire the last few weeks, especially on SmackDown and then on Raw this week. The crowd is really behind him. They are 100% behind him. And he's just about the most over person in WWE right now. It's incredible. A guy his size, people thought he would never make it in WWE, but here he is. And people take him seriously. Despite the fact that he's a small guy, people still believe that he can kick somebody's ass. And that's how convincing Daniel Bryan is in the ring. And I think you need to just go with him and push him to the top. You need to create new top superstars. And I mentioned on Facebook the idea of Daniel Bryan winning Money in the Bank again this year, but instead of going for the cheap surprise cash-in, he confronts John Cena and challenges John Cena for a title match at SummerSlam. And then at SummerSlam, you have Daniel Bryan shock the world, do the unthinkable. He beats John Cena clean in the middle, and John Cena endorses him as champion, similar to Hulk Hogan and the Ultimate Warrior from WrestleMania 6. And then you have John Cena take some much-needed time off and give him a break and let Daniel Bryan try to run with the ball for a while as champion and see what happens. If it was me, I would do that. I don't expect it to happen, but WWE needs to listen to the audience, and I think Vince McMahon needs to realize that the people want to get behind Daniel Bryan, and you should go all the way with him at this point. He's a guy that truly deserves it. All right, this one comes from Big Papa Gazan. Hey Aaron, when the Shield eventually drops the tag titles, who do you think that they should go to? My pick would be the Usos. They are a dynamic team, and they deserve a good push. What do you think? And then I got another question here from Young Easy. Hey Aaron, what is your opinion on the Usos? I think that they have a lot of potential because of their theatrics, lineage, and natural talent. They could do a lot for the tag team division. Do you think that their win on Raw was the start of a push or just a filler? Yeah, definitely seems like WWE is giving them a renewed push, and they do have that lineage. They're part of the Samoan family, and I'm glad that they're finally getting that push. I don't know if giving them face paint is going to make a difference or not, but it's something, and they could have a really good feud with the Shield, and maybe at some point beat the Shield for the tag team titles, and I mean that would certainly elevate them. So we'll see how things go, but yeah, I'm glad that they're getting the renewed push, and people seem to think that they have a lot of potential, as do I. So I'm all for it, and you want to try to keep the tag division strong. I mean, WWE was doing good about a year ago, and now it's kind of gone back to how it was before, where you only have like 2 or 3 tag teams being pushed. So I'm all for more teams getting into the mix and making the tag team division credible again. This one comes from MT434X. Hey Aaron, what do you see being the main event at Bound for Glory? I personally can see it being Hogan versus Ray, but I hope to God I'm wrong. And then another question here from Corey Osborne 1. Hey Aaron, who do you think will take the title off of Bully Ray? Longtime listener since the Jeff Meacham days. Well, a lot of people have been speculating about Hulk Hogan challenging Bully Ray for the title at Bound for Glory. I originally thought it was going to happen at Slammiversary. And that's the way that it's been building towards, Hogan finally getting payback on Bully Ray for the whole Brooke Hogan deal. But I think it depends if Hogan really feels he can do it or not. If Hogan can do it, I think he's going to try to go out there and have one more match. But I could very well see it being Bully Ray versus AJ Styles. Similar to Hogan versus Sting from Starrcade '97, with AJ Styles in that Crow Sting role, and he's finally coming to beat Aces and Eights once and for all. So I could see something like that happening. And I could also see possibly Bully Ray versus Kurt Angle at Bound for Glory. Kurt Angle's going into the Hall of Fame now, and they could have him. They could build a storyline where he's going for one last title shot, and then you have the whole Bound for Glory series. Angle could end up winning that, or AJ could win that. So I expect one of those 3 matches: Bully Ray versus either Hogan, AJ Styles, or Kurt Angle, and I think it's most likely that it'll be AJ Styles, but not sure what TNA's direction is at this point. And like I said, it also depends on if Hulk Hogan thinks he can really do one more match or cheat his way through one more match. But yeah, I'm interested to see which direction they go. But yeah, I do expect one of those guys to beat Bully Ray, and Bound for Glory will be the end of his title run, and hopefully the end of the Aces and Eights storyline. I mean, I think it's gone on way too long. And I'm hoping by Bound for Glory they'll wrap things up with that storyline. All right, this one comes from Jamie Lee Mack. Hey Aaron, who is your favorite Royal Rumble surprise entrant? Mine would have to be John Cena in 2008 because it was so unexpected. I agree with you about that. I think that John Cena was one of the biggest surprises. He was injured, and it was expected for him to be out up to 8 months, and he comes back in 3 months. So that was something that was very surprising. Nobody was expecting him at the Royal Rumble. A couple of my favorite surprises over the years, first of all, was Jake Roberts coming back in 1996 and bringing the Snake out, and Jerry Lawler running for cover. I thought that was awesome. And then in recent years, the return of Kevin Nash at the Royal Rumble, just because of the huge pop that he got. And this year with Jericho coming out, because nobody was expecting that, and when his music hit, I was there live in Phoenix. He got a huge reaction. I think the biggest pop of the night. So that was pretty cool to see him back. And then The Godfather coming back this year as well. This year had some good surprises, and I'm hoping WWE keeps doing the big surprise entrance. I think it's a fun part of the Royal Rumble to see old faces that you hadn't seen in a long time. And, I just think it adds to the match. All right, last one today comes from Warrior3889. Hey, Aaron, I really enjoyed Slammiversary, but why was the Hardys' big return a mid-card 6-man match? And why was that match pre-announced with Doc, but ended up being Anderson and Hogan acting as if it was impromptu? Well, maybe Hogan didn't watch Impact. I don't know. I didn't even catch it either. When I was tweeting about the pay-per-view on Sunday, I said that it was an impromptu match. So I wasn't, and I saw Impact, and I totally forgot about it. As far as Jeff Hardy's big return, perhaps it was something they came up with at the last minute, and they just wanted to throw Jeff Hardy on the show, and didn't really have a long-term storyline for him. Um, they could have done more to hype up his return, although he really hasn't been gone that long. So I'm like, whatever, we're just going to bring him back, bring him back. I mean, it's fine with me. I mean, if he was gone for like 6 months and they did something like this, then I would say it was a waste. But, he was only gone for about a month. So not a big deal in my opinion, just having him come back in a random match. All right, that'll do it for this edition of No DQ&A Video. Keep spreading the word on Facebook, Twitter, anybody who knows, who watches wrestling. Have them check out NoDQ&A Video, and stay tuned to NoDQ.com for the very latest in WWE and TNA. Thanks for watching.